Santo Domingo, Haiti, Nicaragua, Cuba, and others, poverty imposed. In every nation there are poor. Poverty is inevitable. It is not a fatality. It is man's work. Every nation has its own wealth, but are distributed arbitrarily. The strongest politicians using the wealth of the nation against their own people. They use it to isolate, to destroy the fair choice, equality of opportunity, and deny power to the poor people. Poverty is not God's work. Poverty is erected to control the poor, to keep them always under the control of the ruling class. We see poverty as a normative social ideal because it is through the proletariat that the ruling class corrects the governmental legislation that doesn't support. The ruling class will not revolt against government legislation that is not in their favor, but which is against their interests. Rather, it pushes, it manipulates the suffering class to take it to the street so that the government can change or amend the legislation at the favor of the ruling class. The ruling class uses the suffering class as an ideological figure to stimulate action and social reaction to correct social order. The sociology of poverty as a social instrument as a whole. While political leaders in the world divide, arrange, put countries into categories, classifying that Haiti is the poorest country, Santo Domingo is less poor than Nicaragua, San Salvador is better than Honduras. The poor Latin countries are different to those of the countries of the Caribbean. It is music. It is the opium to make poor people to fall asleep. A poor country is a poor country. I am confident to say that the poverty is a social system, a modest instrument that established by the political leaders to control the working class. The social structure of the world stimulates poverty, misery that we are enduring. The ruling class, the politician, erect mechanism for the poor remaining poor and the rich getting richer. The government talks about the war against poverty. This is a myth in the full sense of the term. It is truly ironic that the United States political leaders think a person can live with $7.85 per hour. And despite the effort of the administration of the President Obama, the Republican Congress refused to raise the minimum wage. In Haiti, Santo Domingo, Cuba, Nicaragua, Honduras, Caribbean countries, the poor countries of Africa, just to mention a few, the political leaders of this country are using poverty as a tool to control their people. What is this grass? It seems the economic theory of this country do not take account of changing costs of living of the poor. In other words, social progress. Adam Smith, British economist, said poverty is not an essentially economic question, but inequality makes discriminate argument fall with the moral, political philosophy, public order, or charity. The ideal society that economic policy plan for poverty is to make asleep the poor while providing them the drugs, alcohol, and others to calm, to control their rage, and to blind their misery. Socially, the world is monopolized. Social classes that hold the monopoly are structured the social world in a way that this monopoly can inherit or pass from generation to generation. For example, the US policy is monopolized by a small group. In other words, the politics of the United States is monopolized by a small group of family, and these people will not sacrifice their interest in the profit of the poor. They are from the ruling class to feed their ego. For the ruling class continues to exist, they must control the suffering class, the proletariat. For example, the poverty that is stored in Haiti, Santo Domingo, Cuba, in the countries of the Caribbean, the countries of Latin America, African countries, is the work of politicians in these countries. And if they want to eliminate, to rid off poverty, they can do so. But they will never do that because they set this instrument to control their people. The existence of the class struggle could be evitable. The government, the ruling class, set this disorder to divide social classes while stating the theory of Charles Darwin, saying that the strongest will survive. Poor Haitians, poor Dominicans, poor Cubans, poor Americans, poor Nicaraguan, poor Mexican, poor African, the proletariat around the world. You need to fight to change your own socio-economic situation. Otherwise, the ruling class political leaders will keep you forever in the chain. Poverty is the work of man. It can also change by man. A struggle at all levels of the responsibility of societies, local, regional, national, and international, can put an end to the extreme poverty in the world. The end of poverty can bring food, money, education, vocational training, employment, housing, access to care, participation in social life, justice, and cultural policy, social, economic, and spiritual into the world. Thank you.